Hello everyone, and this is going to be a bit different of a video. So, this has been an animation channel, but I just want to try something a bit new, and instead of being more animated, it's going to be a lot more like talking, a bit like a podcast. And I just thought it would be a pretty fun idea, and I'm just going with it. So, there's going to be like any animating in this, so if you just want to have it on in the background, or just want to hear a human voice really, yeah, I'm just going to talk for a bit and hopefully distract you. Okay, so in this episode, I don't know if it's going to be serious or not, but I'm going to talk about expression and the many ways we as people express ourselves. Like the way we express ourselves in our hair, in our clothing, in the way we talk, the way we walk, like any way we express ourselves, really. I thought this would just be kind of a nice idea because when you look online or you just go for a walk nowadays and you see people and everyone's really different. Like people can have long fluffy hair, that's one way like they want to express themselves, that's how they see themselves, that's how they be themselves. And like it's really interesting because everyone is themselves, and I just said it, everyone is themselves, but we are all very different kind of people. And even though we're all people and we're all society, we're all different in our own ways. Me, for example, I'm a guy, I'm biological male, I'm a bit funny, I'm a bit special, a bit stupid, express myself in my own ways. And it isn't even got to be the way I have my hair or the baggy clothing I'm always wearing. Like expressing myself and other people do the same thing through art, whether that be drawing or music or like acting. Like expressing ourselves in any way we want is such a fun and interesting thing because we all have our own options and choices, and that all lets us be ourselves. And I can understand people might don't know how to express themselves, whether that be like not getting their voice out there and just not maybe finding it a bit hard or being a bit anxious when talking, because I'm like that. I'm very quiet for the most part and I don't talk too much. But it's good to express ourselves, whether that be giving an opinion on the conversation, adding a joke in, being at the table, just being ourselves. And expressing ourselves nowadays is so important. It's always been really important, especially nowadays when, almost at 8 billion and we're all very different, but it's a good way to let everyone, because everyone does stand out in the crowd, but letting yourself be different is a great thing. And if anyone's listening at all, and maybe they're finding it hard to express themselves, then something I'd recommend is just, maybe try a different haircut. Have you seen this really cool like jumper, or you want to be more confident, just go for it. Get that jumper, go for the job. Try and talk a bit more in your friend group, make a joke, just anything to let yourself open up and express yourself and your opinions and the way you are and who you are. Just do it and let yourself be expressed, because there's so many ways to do it, just so many. I could say carrying around a piece of stale bread or something, and that's kind of expressing yourself. Anything we do expresses us, and it can be intentional, it can be accident, but for the most part it's intentional, and that's great because you're you and you're doing what you want to let people know who you are. And that's just such a great thing, to be able to express ourselves and let our creative side just be free and be out there. And it's such a fulfilling and free thing to be able to just be you and do what you want and do and be and see whatever, just being yourself, doing whatever. And people might think, oh, that's really weird, they're weird. No, and it's not weird, and you're not weird for maybe expressing yourself differently. I wear a lot of the time quite dark clothing myself, and some people might see as like, oh, emo, but no, it's just the way I express myself in the clothing I wear. And if you're a person that like wears dark clothing too, and you're kind of scared about how people see you as like, oh, emo, e-boy, e-girl, whatever, just don't care about them. They don't understand that's how you want to express yourself, and that's what, and maybe who you are, and they shouldn't judge you because of what you're wearing, and they shouldn't judge you at all because, you know, we're all different, and if we all judged each other all the time, then it would just be just not a great place. But because of how open and accepting in like a nice place parts of the internet are, especially with different communities and fandoms and places, it's such a great place, like, to just feel free to be yourself and do what you want. And I think that's just so great, and I really like that about just stuff. Hair is quite a big bit of self-expression. People would definitely agree with me on this, but I would definitely say for me, my hair is quite big on how I express myself. For a long, like, I did this in a video and a little story here, but I basically forever shortly cut hair, and it really wouldn't grow that long, and I'd kind of just have it cut a lot, so it would never grow out or really get to change in its style or anything. During teenage years, I was finally able to start growing my hair out a bit longer, sides, front, back, everywhere, and I really like it, and I really liked it because I still have my hair like that. I let it just be longer, and if I never let my hair grow longer, I would have never learned that it kind of curls. It doesn't actually look too bad longer, that it actually feels kind of nice, and that I get to, like, I can do, like, I haven't tried that much with my hair, honestly, but I could try so many things. I could dye a bit of it, I could cut the sides, and I could try so many different things with my hair, and that's a great way to, like, express yourselves and let your creativity out by just trying and doing new things, especially on hair. And getting to do different things with it is such an amazing thing, because you just get to let who you are as a person, like, on your hair. And I know people who get different haircuts, and I love seeing that because they get to express themselves in a different way, and you see, like, personally, you see this different, and, like, you might like their new haircut, you might not, but it doesn't matter because they expressing themselves like that, and that's the most important thing, because expressing yourself openly, whether that be, like, showing people a song you made, or like, opening up about your opinion on a certain matter, is a really big confidence booster as well, and it really helps with, like, self-esteem and self-confidence. I'm not a doctor or, like, a scientist or anything, obviously, but I can tell, and I know a bit, but it's such a great way to start trying to find out who you as a person are, because it's a long road of self-discovery and character development in yourself when you want to learn who you are as a person, what are you. And I think it's just really cool that we are all, like, our own people, and we have our own opinions, feelings on things, just feelings, ways we see things, and it's really nice. And expressing ourselves is so important, and being different is okay. We don't need to worry about what the kids at school might think, or what your boss at work is going to think of your new haircut. It just being yourself is the most important thing, and not letting other people tear you down and bring you down to their level for being open with yourself and others. And you shouldn't be worried about them, and just being confident within your own skin is the most important thing. There are going to be things you can't change about yourself. Maybe your height, your face, your facial features, your I don't know, like ear size or something. I don't know, but that's okay, because that's just how we are, and that's how our body is. And you don't need to be worried about people's opinion on what you look like, because that's just who you are. And if they can't deal with the fact that that's you and they're different to you, then maybe you shouldn't let yourself be around that kind of person. To be so judgmental about something that is just a little bit different, or they don't relate to, in quotation marks. But just being yourself is so great, and it's such a freeing experience, because when you have friends and you have your friend groups and you have your best friend, or even if it's a small group or a massive group of like 30 people, you being yourself with other people lets you express yourself in such a pure-hearted, kind, soft way that you feel such a sense of freedom and like serenity, which is always such a nice thing. And I personally feel really good when I'm with my friends and I can just openly do whatever I am. And like, if I'm not a very talkative person, but just being there with my friends and still being able to be in the conversation and be seen there, even if I'm not like talking a million miles an hour, it's such a nice thing, because then you don't have pressure from people to do or be something that you're not. And it's such a great experience to have. And as years go by, you meet loads of new people, you get new experiences, and having the experiences of being yourself and getting to know who you are is amazingly helpful leading into the future. And even if you're like 30 years old and you don't really know who you are, just getting to just know yourself a bit more and being free and open with yourself goes a huge way. And I'd recommend just like self-exploring and just trying a new thing. Did your friend recommend this movie you haven't seen? Go watch it. Get to explore new things about yourself and like try new things, because that's self-exploration. Exploration. Exploration. I'm very wrong with this. Nope, I'm just stupid. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Wow. Subject. Exploration. Okay. Sorry about that. Just trying new things is such a great thing. That's stupid, but cheesy. it's great that you get to do that. And like, I've gone really quiet and slow right now. But expressing yourself is just amazing in every single way. And although people might not understand or like or accept who you are or what you're doing or just anything, not letting them get in the way is just so important. And don't let them get in the way of you being you, because they might not understand it, but that's just who they are. And there are people that accept you and love you. So if you're going to take anything away from this burning pile of a podcast, just remember that people do care about you, okay? And yeah, okay, that's it pretty much. I hope you liked whatever this was meant to be. If you like the kind of podcasty thing, let me know. I might do it again. I don't know. Anyway, I'll be seeing you all later. Have a good one. Night.